I don't know if it's just me. It seems like 2024 is the year where someone, probably an angel, somewhere said last to get married is a fool. Because the number of weddings that we've seen this year. And this brings me to what we're going to talk about today. We're going to be discussing Nigerian wedding culture. Particularly why weddings are so expensive. Because these weddings we see on social media, they're not small. If that's something you're interested in seeing, definitely keep on watching. The earliest record of a wedding can be traced back to Mesopotamia, of the wedding in Cana. It's just something about the celebration of love that makes people want to celebrate so much. And it's a nice thing to see. I mean, Dima got married recently. It was fun to see. I was happy for her. And I enjoyed seeing the Ashwebi and all the clips that we saw on social media. After a little bit of research and some thinking, I have come to the conclusion that there are three major reasons why Nigerian weddings are so expensive. Our tripartite system, the wedding markup, and the fact that weddings have been sold to us as the most important event of our lives. The thing with the tripartite system is that it's a product of colonialism. So, as an average Nigerian couple that wants to get married, you probably want to do court wedding, you want to get married traditionally, and you also want to do a white wedding. Three events that you're going to be spending a lot of money. Society sort of makes couples feel like they have to take part in all these three rights. I genuinely believe that is part of what makes Nigerian weddings so expensive. To get married in court and call it a day, or do a white wedding and call it a day, do a trad wedding and call it a day. The wedding markup, this one is sort of my favorite one because it's something so obvious and also it's subtle. You would go to a makeup studio, you say you want to do makeup, normal standard studio makeup, and they probably tell you 30k. If it's bridal makeup, they'll tell you 100k.
Hi, I want to get makeup done.
Okay, ma'am, that will be 70k for studio makeup and 100k for bridal makeup.
I'm a bride, but
Are you a bride or a lying customer? Please get out of here if you're not serious, okay? We don't have
So
time.
guess what Nigerian brides start doing? They start lying. They'll go to a makeup studio and say they want to do normal studio makeup. Meanwhile, it's bridal makeup. A makeup artist got offended. Like it's one thing to, mark up your prices. But now getting offended that someone is lying to you was really interesting for me to see. So the wedding markup definitely plays a role in why weddings are so expensive. And I can remember a makeup artist coming out to explain that weddings are sort of their cash cows in the industry. So that is their justification for charging the price that they charge. And I mean, I can't fight them. We live in a capitalist society. What can I do? Even outside of this wedding markup that is specific, also wedding dresses are so expensive. And I'm like, why wedding dresses? Where else do you want to wear a wedding dress to? And I saw a tweet recently, I'm going to put it up on the screen, where she talked about how her wedding dress was a really simple gown and she has reworn it to so many events. And I think a lot of Nigerian brides need to get on that. Are you guys following my drift? Like, why do we have to spend so much money? Why do makeup artists feel justified in marking up their prices? And it's not just makeup artists, but I know that makeup artists have actually come out to confirm it. Weddings have been sold to us as the most important event of our lives, and that is why all these vendors feel justified in charging this price. And that is also why a lot of intending couples, do not question it. Also why people feel pressured to spend a lot of money on their weddings to the extent where they even end up borrowing money. Now think about it. We have birthdays, we have graduations, we have anniversaries, we have matriculation, but none of them are as celebrated as the wedding because we've been socialized into believing that weddings are the most important events of our lives. And maybe they are right, maybe they are not, but there's just something sinister about it. It gets even more interesting. A lot of people have bought into the idea of a perfect wedding, and this perfect wedding means one where they spend a lot of money. And I'm just here to tell you that the perfect wedding is not the one where you spend a lot of money. There's even a study that has shown that the more money you spend on a wedding, the more likely you are to divorce. Or was it couples who spent more got divorced a lot more? I don't know. I'll link the study so you can go and read it. But this just goes to show you that money does not have a direct effect on your marriage, and it's the point of a wedding not to celebrate marriage. So if it is very very clear that the amount of money you spend doesn't like affect your marriage positively, don't you want to consider only spending what is necessary? If you can't afford it, don't feel pressured to. And even if you can afford it, you might want to use the money for something else instead of spending money on strangers. It's even different if you are spending money on a destination wedding where it's just you and your close friends and family. But when the one where you're packing 1,000 strangers that you don't even know, I find it quite interesting. I was reading a story on Piggyvest where this couple decided to do a smaller wedding, and then the money they saved it up to enable them to give birth to their child in, let's see, giving their child a new citizenship and all of that. And a lot of us really need to get on this. Like, even if you can afford it, maybe you can use the money for something better, you know. But at the same time, if big weddings are your vibe, by all means. But it's just that me, I have a bias towards small weddings. Why am I dancing in front of strangers, and why am I feeding strangers? Nothing wrong with that. It's just that things, Nigeria is expensive. Nigeria's inflation rate is currently 33.17. Just ask yourself, is it really worth it? Yes, weddings are expensive, but you can have a wedding that is not expensive. Even though I don't know if anyone on my channel watching this is planning on getting married, but even if you're not planning on getting married, I just really thought that we should have this conversation. Now we know that weddings are expensive because of the tripartite system we have in Nigeria, the wedding markup, and because weddings are so to us as the most important event of our life. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'm happy to be back. If you have any topic that you just like me to talk about, please leave it in the comment section. And also tell me what you think. Why do you think Nigerian weddings are so expensive? And well, it's not just Nigerian weddings generally are so expensive. But why do you think weddings are so expensive? And also, are you team small wedding or big wedding? Let me know. I'll be reading all your comments. Bye guys. See you next Friday.